basically, we've already gone through this on last night's live, and I've done a few lives before, but they're not public right now. So a few people have already subscribed to the idea. But basically, these videos are not just to help me get a feel for what I really want to do, how I really want to change the way things are happening for the people that are earning minimum wage. I would say anybody that's earning 50,000 and less a year. So that's a little range, a little bit above minimum wage. But I know a lot of people do have jobs that pay a little bit over minimum wage, so I don't want to leave you guys out either. But these videos are just for like a memory book for myself, so that I know what I really want to do and what the idea is for me. And also, after the live is over, these videos are for you guys, so you guys can be aware of what we're trying to build here in the near future with this channel, or the monetization of this channel, if we do get to millions of subscribers, or potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars of monetization money. So basically, we touch on this every time we come live, or we will be touching on these subjects. They're going to be very repetitive because it's mainly one idea that has to be done nationwide, and just eventually we're going to have to go to every country in the world and just literally just help everybody that we possibly can that is minimum wage earners, or somewhere close to that. So basically, last night I was talking to AI about this, and she was telling me that if we're going to have a store, it has to be commercial property, and if we're going to have a farm, it has to be farm property, like agricultural property. So once we buy the first acre, let's say we have 35,000 and we buy 1 acre, that's going to be the model base of what the whole, like every other neighborhood is going to look like when we do get more money from these videos. Supposedly there's plenty of monetization money out there, so hopefully that's true, and maybe we can move forward faster in this way. So you guys, if you guys like the idea and want to participate, all you have to do is subscribe and follow the videos so that we can get monetized. So she was telling me the agricultural part will have to sell to the commercial part, and then the residential part. So the whole acre is going to have to be, for this model, the first one will have to be, the whole acre will have to be divided by, maybe it'll cost like $10,000, $8,000 to divide the whole lot into different sectors of like property zoning, into different zoning areas. So we're going to have that already, and so these videos are for us to like have a basic idea as to what we want to do. So it will be like agricultural area. So the whole acre will have to have like a very small but yet spacious enough for like let's say if you bring in some gravel, or like you want to bring in a truck of something to your house, there'll have to be like plenty of space. And 1 acre, it may not seem like a big big lot, but I think there's plenty of space to at least have like, I don't don't know. Like maybe I'm thinking an acre might be a little bit bigger than it actually is. But whether it's 1 acre or 2 acres, we're gonna have to start wherever we can afford. So if we can't, if we have to wait until we have the money for 2 acres instead of 1 acre, so we can make room for the roads and all these things that are necessary for like housing, and like you need parking spaces, backyards, roads. Then the commercial property is going to have to have parking spaces. It's going to be a store, and then the agricultural part has to be decent enough to produce a variety of things. So that's number one. It's all gonna that's gonna be like $8,000. The lot maybe like $30,000 or $50,000 for like 2 acres max, and that's gonna be with road access, because the road access costs more than without road. So if it's like dirt road, it's a lot less. It's like 3 or 4 grand less than with road access, like with like the road that I'm driving on right now. So this kind of road, a property with access to this kind of road, it's like 3 or 4K more expensive than just dirt road. So we need the road because we're going to bring in a lot of stuff, right? We got to build stuff. So we need road access. So that's number one. And then we're going to have to, first of all, we're going to bring in the mulch for water retention for the garden. And so, but that's after we do the separation of the zoning, the lots of in zone. So then we'll have everything, and then it'll be the blueprint for that lot, and it will have already been separated. And then we're going to have to start building the lease of everything, which will be like the least expensive, the mulch from the city, that's free. So we can bring in the mulch from the city for water retention. Then we can do the water well for that. Each lot is going to be separate. So for that lot, the agriculture lot, and then we can start watering the lot just to allow for moisture, and then we can do some amendment and things like that. It may take like a little bit, you know. We do have to have like sort of like a raised bed for it. So we're going to have to put like another, maybe like depending on the size, whether it's 1 acre or 2 acres, maybe 5 to 10K or maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe 2 to 5K for like a raised bed for that. It's going to be like a wooden raised bed. It's going to be quite large because it's like going to be for like agricultural purposes. But the first property is only going to be like 1 or 2 acres max, depending on how much money we have. And even if we did get like a lot of monetization money, like right away or something, like millions of people subscribed and watched the videos and believed in it, say if we get like over 100,000 or 200,000 like in the first couple months, we're still going to have to go with 1 or 2 acres as a model for the idea. So that's number one. Once we get the basic model of how things work and how to make things happen, that'll be like 2 or 3 houses, depending on like 3 to 6 houses, maybe like 1-bedroom houses. And like I said before, it's going to be debt free, it's going to be interest free, and it's going to be zero down except for the first month's payment. So if normally for a 1-bedroom, if you guys were to pay like let's say like $800 a month for 30 years, instead of that you'll be paying like $400 a month for 30 years. And if it's $400, then the normal price, then instead of that, because Usually the normal price right now in the market includes the interest banks. So we're not going to have interest. So if right now for one bedroom a month for 30 years, it will be at least 100 or 100 some change, depending on how much it costs. And we're not going to build anything expensive, but we're also just trying to keep it simple. So basically, normal, basic, minimum wage living kind of lifestyle. But it's not going to be like slacking in any way per se. It's just going to be normal housing contractor, nothing luxurious, because then that would add to the price, which it would be nice. And it might even be possible, but I don't want to get into this whole let's build luxurious one-bedroom houses just to charge $800 a month. Like for one bedroom, like it doesn't make any sense. So I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it affordable, and even though it would be nice to add a little bit of luxury to the minimum wage earning living, it's just maybe not even possible right now, or it might be possible, but I'm just not sure, and I don't want to like take that step and then find out that people can't afford $400 or don't want to pay $400 a month, but instead they want to pay $100 a month for normal low income housing, low income house or minimum wage house per se. So those are things that we have focused on when we first begin. And so the mulch is free from the city. We're going to save a lot of money on that. Then the water is going to be a water well, so that should last hopefully at least 100 years before we have to dig another well, maybe even more. And since the lot will already have been separated into different zoning areas, so each lot will have to have its own water well. That's like $8,000 per water well. So that's where the difficulty begins, because I'm not sure. I don't think we'll be able to like use one well for all the properties, even though it could be. But I would definitely have to look into that when the time comes, or later on during the day. I'll ask AI about it. I'll talk to Google about it and see what they say. But that would save us like a lot of money, because it's like $8,000 per well. So then we could just unite that one well into all the other properties and have the water. That'll be a lot cheaper, a whole lot cheaper. So the more money that we are able to save, the further the progress that we can make. So we have that, and then the reason why the garden has to go first is because well, depending on how much money, right? Because like if money is coming in monthly, let's say 30-40K a month for starters, then we're able to move slightly into the whole picture, but we may not be able to move rapidly enough to where when the people have already moved in, they'll have a store right next door. Because these properties that I'm talking about, even though there's road access, they may be like 20 miles away from any store, maybe 5-6 miles away from any store. So we want to build in a store right into the property so that people can have access to fresh food, at first, without having to go so far. Not everybody may have a car. These houses are for people that are like trying to live, trying to get by on minimum wage earnings. So we have to like consider all these factors for them. And so that's number one. Then let's say it's only 30, 40K a month. So that'll get us the lot, the free mulch, the water well. Then the second, third month we'll have like we have to have before we bring in the mulch, we have to have the raised bed and all these things. So it'll be like 2, 3 months into the game. Then we okay. So then we bring in the mulch like the second and third month, and then we have to build a water well. So third, fourth month, we're planting trees like citrus trees, grapes. We're already paying somebody to garden the place to look after the trees and water it, or like we'll have irrigation, but we'll have to have someone there already. We have to have somebody on the payroll to like help around, because like somebody that knows how to do all that. So that's number one, right? So like that's where one of the biggest problems comes in, because the whole idea is to have like something, an income, like cash flow outside of monetization, so that way, if for whatever reason, which I'm not saying that it will, but if it did, we don't have to solely rely on monetization just to keep going with the project. So we definitely don't want to lose it. So that's a big factor right now. I'm not even sure if we should even start with the acre. I'm not sure if we should. Maybe we should use that 30,000 to like find a way to like start a store, like a resale store, like or maybe like a vending machine place where we can just like make like 25 cent water, or we can start like producing some kind of income before the project even goes downhill, if that's even a thing that would happen. So like covering the basics for like what if, so that way if we have an income. But then again, if we buy the lot, like some rural area, even if it's like 5 miles away from a store, people are not going to like go out of their way to this road, that road, and find their way into some random 1 acre lot just to like buy a 50 cent water from a vending machine. Like it just doesn't happen that way. Maybe we can do like quarter arcades or something with solar panels and all this. But then again, that's a project in itself. Again, it could be like a whole 100,000, 200,000. So basically, at first, like if we can't find a way to like have an income without getting into debt, then we're just gonna have to like have hope that the monetization money will be enough. So that being said, I guess we're just gonna have to move forward with the what if. Hopefully, what if the money keeps coming in and people keep subscribing, keep watching, and we keep getting those monetization checks. Then, if that happens, then we're in the clear for quite a bit, as long as it keeps happening. And hopefully, eventually, we'll be able to afford like a 7-Eleven, and then lower the prices there and still have some kind of profit, so that we can push into like manpower, like hiring gardeners for like the projects, the for like the gardens that we're going to have in the neighborhoods. And so all the business money, this is all like a business venture or something, and like whatever money we make is going to be like less money than every other business. So if we have like a 7-Eleven, we'll make a lot less money than every other 7-Eleven because our prices will be lower by at least 25% to start with, just to see where we can go. So like if you're used to, and then even more so, maybe even 50 or 70% because you buy a bottle of water, like a single bottle of water for like $1 and some change, you're only going to be paying like 50 cents when you go into our store. And so we're going to be lowering prices as much as we can for a lot of things, so long as we have profit. And we're going to be making a lot less profit than everybody else. But that's why the monetization money is going to be the boost for all the businesses. But at the same time, we have to prioritize a lot of the houses because that's like very important. And that's like one of the main ideas. Like for people to live in a one-bedroom house, a new, like a brand new one-bedroom house, fully like so like with literally like little to no flaws at all, and for them not to have to pay for electricity or water, and they don't even have to deal with the gas because nothing is operated by gas. They have hot water, they have electricity, and everything is fine. Somebody to be paying anywhere from $200 to $400 a month, that'll be like very affordable, and they don't have to give a down payment. That'll be like really good, and people will really appreciate that. So that's very important. Imagine like once your mortgage goes down because you're living in a house that doesn't charge interest. That's like super amazing. That's like the best thing ever. You can invest money freely now. You can save your money in a high yield savings account. You can buy jewelry. You can spend a little bit more money on your clothes. You can have a little bit more like freedom to like eat out. Take a day off, just to enjoy life a little bit more. And if my calculations are correct, if well, by the time we get monetized, it might be a little bit different because the economy may have changed. But like right now, like if we were to build like a one-bedroom apartment, I don't think it'll be like more than $300. Like I don't think it'll be more than $400 a month, and that'll be free water, free electricity, and no need for gas because everything's electric. So these things are very important for minimum wage earners. And like I said, if you earn more than minimum wage, that's fine. But we're gonna leave the cap. I think, I'm not sure if we should leave it at 50,000 and under, or should we allow people that earn even 80K and under? Because I know a lot of people think 80K is a lot, but just like I've noticed, like 80K may be a lot for like if you're just looking at the 80K. But if you're earning 80K, and then you have a family, and then you have different like you help all your kids and through school and all this stuff, 80K is not really that much at all, and that will really help you a lot. But like I said, like I don't want to exclude anybody, like too many people, but I definitely don't want all the rich people to come take it over. Or like maybe not rich people, because rich people don't care about like minimum wage stuff, because we're going to be building like basic housing. So, but definitely like somebody that's earning over 100K that may want to say like, oh, we want to take it over. I don't think that's going to happen. So I don't know why I'm like thinking about that. But basically, it's for minimum wage earners and under. So like 50K and under, may I think is good. And as we get bigger, and and we can build like, that's the thing, like even if I want to get bigger and build something for somebody that's earning more, um, I have to make sure that everybody that's doing minimum wage, or like let's say everybody who's doing 50K or under, um, is taken care of. So like if those people, like if we have one person that is not yet taken care of, then we can't do anything. So like it's all just for minimum wage earners. So basically, until we take over the whole world, we won't be able to help anybody else if they do want the help. Because a lot of people, they may earn a little bit more and everything, but they may not be okay with the debt that they have, the mortgages that they pay, and they may be struggling as well. So I'm not, so I want to prioritize minimum wage earners because those are the people that I think are very more important than anybody else. And I don't know how this is going to look or sound to people, but I think minimum wage earners are very important. So much so that because when you think when you think about like, so like where are you? Like right now, where are you guys? Like, are you in Rodeo Drive? Are you in Beverly Hills? Are you in some tall? Are you in some tall? Are you in some like tall building? Are you in a very expensive tall building that nobody can afford? Are you like in the middle of the city somewhere downtown where like just a studio is worth over $2,000, $3,000? Like, where are you really? Like, how is this going to affect you? Do you even care, or like, are you just trying to support us because you think it's a good idea? And like, those are like, that's the kind of situation that we're in right now. So like, I'm out here right now, and I don't know what people are earning. Like, people could be earning like a whole lot more than minimum wage, and like maybe like minimum wage earners are like maybe like 10% of the people around me. So 10% of the people around me right now, even on these roads right now where you see like this car wash and everything, imagine like if everybody around me, 90% of the people are high earners, high income earners. None of them earn minimum wage except 10% of the population in every city per se. So I don't know, so I don't know where people are. Like all these people, all these cars that you guys see, if you can see them, like they might be earning way over 100,000, 200,000, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, they probably are minimum wage earners and they help everybody. But I've seen all these houses around here. They're not for minimum wage earners. Like these houses, like all these people are not necessarily minimum wage earners. Like, I don't know. So even if we ask AI, AI may or may not know and just like go on like something that happened like before 2000 or something. But we don't know how much people are earning, and so who is it going to impact? So like that's for me. It's I just have those questions. I wonder like who is going to be the one to benefit from this, like in my surroundings. Like I look around and I think, are all these people minimum wage earners? Is it 50%? Is it 20%? So you could have like a car, but maybe a lot of the times people own a car. They may be doing 50, 60, 70K, and that's still somebody that may need the help that we want to provide through this monetization thing. So those questions, I just think about it. But if like for those people that are watching, whether it's during the live or after the live is over, like if you guys are not minimum wage earners and you earn a lot more, or whether you're above it or far above it, and you agree with what we're trying to do here, then we definitely do appreciate you, and we're grateful for all the subscribers that don't really need the help but are grateful or want to see us succeed in our journey to trying to make things more affordable for those who do earn minimum wage. And I don't know if it's gonna seem like judgmental, like if people are gonna say you got to give everybody the right to buy what they want where they want. The thing is, the people, everybody else, it's fine. So like, let's say somebody with money comes in and they want to buy like every house that we have in like one area, right? We have like, let's say we have like 500 houses and they want to buy it all. And then they don't want to tell us why, or they don't want to talk about it. They're not saying anything, but they just come in and they want to buy it. And my first concern is, are they going to use credit? Because if they're going to use credit, they're going to inflate the economy more, and I don't want inflation. So that's another problem. People, millionaires, billionaires, they use credit and they inflate the whole economy, and they're ruining people's lives at the bottom because everything's getting so expensive for us down here. And then people blame us for not having the means to making it out from the bottom. And they're like, oh, you can't blame anybody. And they'll come on and they'll say, if you're not rich, you're the problem. If you don't start your business and step on everybody else, you're the problem. If you don't charge higher rates, you're the problem. And that may be true in the sense that if we're not making money, we're not when you know we have a problem. We're not going to make it. But it's not as simple as just inflate the whole thing and become part of a bigger problem. Because as minimum wage earners, every 9 to 5ers, people are like, and you could be a 9 to 5er and not a minimum wage earner. So I'm saying that because I never finished school. So if I were to have gone to school, I may be like above, a little bit above minimum wage, potentially even further, like maybe even 200,000, maybe, depending on what I choose to do. But and it's still like a 9 to 5 or whatever, or maybe on call. But like, life is bigger than just inflate the whole economy and just move forward. Like a lot of people, like down here, they have the credit to start a business, but they don't, and they have the capacity to borrow and inflate the whole thing, start a business, buy a business that's already, for example, like these gas stations, just the store, like say like the store part of the gas station could be worth 1.4, and the seller may be financing it for 240,000 down payment. So a lot of these people down here, even though they're normal per se 9 to 5ers, whether they earn 100K, 200K, or under 100K, they have the capacity to go and borrow that 200,000 for business, and they have the ability for the bank to say yes, and they can very easily just buy that seller finance and store and make 30K a month. Yeah, and so it's not as big as inflation as a Robert Kiyosaki per se, because Robert and also like Donald Trump, I think they're like $1 billion in debt, more than $1 billion in debt, and they want to get more into debt because that's the way they live their lives. But they're ruining the lives of people whose prices have gone up and they have no cash flow. So Robert may have cash flow, but the people at the bottom don't have cash flow, and they don't care about the bottom. They care about whoever they cater into. So whoever they're renting their houses to, those are the people they care about, who they want to serve per se, because they can afford the rent, but they don't care about the bottom, the people at the bottom, and it's almost like a blame goes on to the low income earners, as if though like as if though it's not everybody else above them, everybody else's fault that they're inflating the whole economy. Like like these people who are borrowing millions and millions of dollars, they're the ones inflating the economy, and the economy affects even the people at the bottom. And so like that's where the difficulty begins, because if your actions didn't affect people at the bottom, then nobody would care. I wouldn't even be making these videos. It wouldn't even matter if we were paying like, if we were still getting paid what we're getting paid, minimum wage, and then um, rent for like a 3 bedroom was like very affordable just for one dad. Let's say a father of four or father of three, like a family of six or something. One, like just the father working normal 9 to 5, could potentially afford everything and still have some money to save and take his kids out, pay for their school. If that was the case, nobody would care. Like, why would anybody care about like anything? Like, there's just like no reason for anybody to care. But that's not the case. The actual reality is people down here, like, it's difficult. Like, whatever you're making, you can work 12 hours a day, even 16 hours a day. And how are you going to exist on 16 hours a day? You're not going to get by properly, because people are trying to do it, and a lot of people do it, but they're always falling asleep. Like, they're always sleepy. They can't go nowhere. They can't do anything. They don't have time for anything. They just have time to pay the bills, and those people are like walking zombies. Like, and then they're just like getting by. Like, I don't know. And so like 12-hour days are like a big deal for me, and like the best I could maybe do is like 10 hours and feel like I can still get by, because I still gotta like rest and eat and just like like exist. So if people they're gonna blame everybody who's not working 16-hour days, who's not charging like top price for everything. They're blaming everybody who's not inflating the economy. they're going to blame everybody who's not doing what they're doing in order to get ahead in life. And instead, they should be looking at what they're doing and saying, well, look, if I'm borrowing $10 million like every day to buy another store, to buy another business, to buy another hotel, like I'm definitely like creating inflation. So like I'm way bigger than all these people living on minimum wage trying to get by on credit cards. They should look at that, but they don't. They just blame everybody. So, you know, that's the number one point about inflation. Like, stop inflating the whole thing and figure a way out. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm wrong because I supposedly, if people don't borrow money, they won't print anymore. And if they don't print anymore, then the economy doesn't move forward supposedly. Like, because people are saving money instead of like spending it. So the more people borrow, the more they print, and the better the economy. So even if that's the case, the at the bottom of everything, who's going to help everybody else who doesn't just have the capacity or don't want to like get into all these do's and don'ts about life, and they're just happy to go have like a job to pay their bills. Who's going to help them when the rent keeps going up and everything keeps going up? So like that's my whole idea. So even if I'm wrong, even if those people are right, it doesn't matter. We still have to do something about the people at the bottom of the workforce. So I think that's number one. So we have to like take away the interest for the houses, and we have to not make as much money per sale. Like somebody is willing to like settle for what they have and just get by on minimums, on basics. So like, and then just start lowering prices. Like McDonald's, right? I was reading up on McDonald's. If I buy a franchise for $1 million, it's gonna take me like $1.5 million to set up the whole thing, because the franchise is $1 million, and then the whole setup could be like 500,000 or even more, 2 million to set up a profit. I may have like 30 to 40,000 a year profit. So why would I want 30,000 a year? I mean a month. Why would I want 30,000 a month profit when I'm a millionaire, a multimillionaire, a trillionaire, or a billionaire or whatever? When I could just have like 10,000 a month, and then give the people a price cut, like make sure that people can afford their food. Like instead of charging 15, 16, $17 for one combo, one meal for one person, large fries, large soda, large everything, $15. Like instead of doing that, I can charge $10. Like, and I still make profit. So it doesn't make any sense. Or at the end of the night, like whatever didn't sell, I can put on 50% off just to get rid of it fast, like in the last 2 hours of business or whatever. Like just like just stop being wasteful, stop being like greedy. Like it's just like, and the only reason, like, it may not be greed. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, here's one of the things. Like, you got to be real careful when we're blaming people for things, because we don't really know the whole story 100% as if though we were there. So if we were there, we need to pay bills. We need to take care of our kids. We need to be able to, like, afford, like, whatever it is that we need to afford in order to be who we want to be. So, yes, I get it. if you have a McDonald's and and $30,000 a month is the only way, and you can't earn any less, of course prices are going to be high. But that's like one of the difficulties. So anyway, I got to deal with this car situation right now, and I will see you guys on the next slide. You guys, if you subscribe, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you're watching after the live is over, um, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. If you do choose to support, and you guys, let everybody know, talk about it. Let us know in the comments what you think this means. Um, is it the right step to take into the future? Do you think it might be some negative outcome to the economy? Will it throw everything down? Will it ruin everything? Will it help people? If it's just minimum wage, is it okay? Are we wrong? We, just talk about it. But um, at the end of time, if we can find the support and we can find the help and we can find people that believe in this, we might just be able to change the whole world, not just um, the U.S. Um, and not just one state at a time. And it's also maybe I'll find a way to see how many subscribers I have in each state, um, and then I can just go and help those particular states based on subscribers per state. That might make it a little bit fair for the people that are supporting, because if I just deal with where I'm at, so I can like start all over California and complete the California deal, and then go to like the next state and the next state and go one state at a time. And that might just have to be it, because it'll be difficult for me to like jump from place to place. But anyway, I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching.